Shalom. I'm Yoshua Yaakov from Jerusalem. A second tape on the Greenberg, the question of the declining value of the dollar. Barak, your Rebbe from Jerusalem, the author of the New Economic Paradigm. That is your plan and program. The other video recites and articulates in total what it's to do. Let me put a perspective on your plan and program. The context is Humanomics in general, and in particular the plan and program for the U.S. economy for full employment, for the elimination of the national debt and full employment, is the new economic paradigm, which requires a fundamental and structural transformation to build the economy based on a new global technological infrastructure. I repeat, building the physical infrastructure in creating jobs, mixing cement and fixing bridges, and wonderful, but that's not going to cut it. Global technological and world-class global technological infrastructure based on the new economic paradigm model, which is the integration of labor that replaces the industrial model, the division of labor. This is my life's work. This is the central organizing principle of the U.S. economy. This is your plan. Your program will be to develop it in building a world-class global technological infrastructure that retrains and re-educates and retools the entire workforce until in year 12, 13, 14. In the out years, there will be full employment. The gross domestic product will have run up from the present level between 10 and 11 trillion. As we approach year 20, it'll be running at about 30 trillion according to the macroeconomic models. There will be full employment. There will be no national debt. It'll be amortized and paid off from years about years 14 to 16 through 22 to 23, 25 at the most. There will be a dollar with a purchasing power. It'll increase threefold in that time frame. This is the plan and the program. Now let's come to cases and put a perspective on this, as I started to say, and complete the thought. The perspective is this: when you get to Washington, President Obama, bless you, and bless the memory of the senior economist in Kenya, whose son you are. So you're an economist, Baruch Hashem, or at least you're the son of an economist. Okay, and I'll bet he was a good economist. That said, when you get to Washington, your Secretary of the Treasury, I don't care who he is, I know every one of them, whether he's a chief executive from Goldman Sachs or from Merrill Lynch, or a professor from the University of Chicago, MIT, the moon, the bottom line is they all have the same bag of tools. They're going to come with, you got to tweak fiscal and monetary and eclectically do this and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Forget it. Forget it. The wheels, the engine races, and the car is not in, the national economy is not in gear. The fundamental and structural transformation of the U.S. economy requires the new economic paradigm model. I'm its author. And you got to build that. And when you get to Washington, Bernanke at the Fed, you're going to go to him and say, what are you going to do? And he's going to say, well, we're going to tweak monetary policy. We're going to reduce the, there's a recession. We're going to cut the interest rate. We're going to stimulate the capital. Forget it. Bernanke and the guy before him, Greenspan, he threw me out of his office when I proposed the new economic paradigm. I'm not joking. In fact, I went to friends suggested that I go and meet him on Wall Street when he was a bond trader at Salomon Brothers, and they said he's going to go to Washington, and so go and talk to him and explain to him. He threw me out of the office. He said, "Get out." I said, "Wait a minute." So okay, I wasn't well received, okay, but that's a long time ago, and maybe he had an upset stomach that day. I don't know, but his policies were mediocre. There were nothing spectacular, and everybody saw him as the holy grail of monetary policy. Anyway, so the Fed has got no answers for you. The Council of Economic Advisors has got no. The Secretary of the Treasury, fiscal, monetary, forget it. You're on your own, Mr. President. And talkless, you had better have the vision and the courage to stand up and say, we're going forward, we're not going backwards, and the new economic paradigm is right, we're going to do it. We're going to build that world-class global. We're going to invest 4 or 5 trillion, not in a stupid war where we burn it and pour it down the sewer, and most tragically squander the precious lives of, throw away the lives of 4,000 of our precious children. Okay, this is the message. When you get to Washington, you got to lead from the front. And before you ever get to Washington, you got to play hardball. And what you've been engaged in so far in this campaign, in my opinion, most respectfully, is softball. And Hillary is running around telling everybody about her Purple Heart in Bosnia, and single-handedly taking Toko-Ri. And she's a flaming angry little girl with a Kill Daddy program, and you're playing softball. And at the end of the day, she's going to get sent home. But when you come up against John McCain, that's another matter. He and his team are tough guys, and they're gonna bring the best and the most sophisticated macro economists. They're going to have plans and programs that will make you look like a bumpkin. And then your team is going to come back and push back with the same. That isn't going to cut it. So differentiate yourself right now. Take a stand and say, we're going forward. The new economic paradigm is the vision. It's the international content. It's already the central organizing principle of the world's new economy. And in America is going to lead from the front, and I'm going to lead America in this. We're going to build a world-class global technological infrastructure. We're going to retool the workforce of America. We're going to retrain and re-educate everybody. We're going to create new sunrise industries. We're going to create jobs, tens of thousands a month, starting after 13 to 14 months of the project's inception, and it will run through years 12 to 14 until we achieve full employment. We will eliminate the national debt. We will triple the value of the dollar. We will triple the gross domestic product in 20 years with a global technologic emphasis, technologic infrastructure. Science and technology is the future of the economy, not rebuilding. Yes, we got to rebuild the bridges and the seaports and the rails and come on, that's the cost of doing business. That's the overhead. Okay, so that's going to be done too. What are we talking about? Maybe $1 or $2 trillion to rebuild the physical infrastructure. Maybe even 5. Okay, so whatever it is, it's going to be done. Okay, and it'll be amortized. The vision for transforming structurally and fundamentally the economy is based upon a new model, and that's the integration of labor. It identifies information as the new agent of transformation. I'm its author, Yoshua Yaakov ben Avraham from Jerusalem. Harav Yoshua blesses you. Kabel b'shvilatet. I'll translate it for you, Senator Obama. That means receiving to give, receiving the real you from heaven, from God, to give to you the real you, so that you'll give the real you to yourself, your wife, Michelle, and the girls, and to all America, to all the world as the leader of the free world. I bless you from Jerusalem. You're the son, the grown-up son in America that I always wanted to have. I'm old enough to be your rabbi. Your father, sorry. I'm 65. I'm an American citizen, by the way. Okay, say hello to Mel Levine. He's a great guy. Samantha, I love you. It was beautiful the way you took care of the angry little girl, and David, and your team. Your team is a fabulous team, and I look forward to helping you all, to help you to win the presidency. Blessings and success, Senator Obama from Jerusalem. When I say receiving to give, you say amen, so that the meta-narrative of the blessing from heaven is yours to receive. Thank you again. Shalom from Jerusalem.